I saw a video last night that I thought was really weird. It was Cybertron. I don't even know why I'm subscribed to him anymore. That's kind of weird. Anyway, he was going on about how to fill out an ethics complaint, how to lodge an ethics complaint against Judge Morales, who is a lawyer, who is the judge for the Leon Valley Municipal Court, which is, I believe, a municipal court of record. Could be wrong. It appears to be one. I'd have to actually double check. Anyway, so he's going on about this thing. And I'm wondering what ethics violation he's going to talk about. And he's referencing Common Joe. And I don't sub to Common Joe, so I have no real idea of what he's talking about. But he's saying that where it says don't talk about the law, he's saying put in that they made a ruling that's in contradiction to the rulings of the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, I don't know how stupid you have to be if you're told specifically not to talk about the law to then make a complaint about a judge not following stare decisis. Whatever, you know. I guess we all can't be geniuses. But the reason why they say don't talk about the law is because it's not an ethics violation for judges to not follow stare decisis. There's a high risk in not following stare decisis in that your decision is likely to be overturned. But stare decisis is formed fairly regularly. New novel opinions, new novel approaches to things are fairly common. So it's not an ethics violation. The potential problem is that your decision may get overturned on appeal. Congratulations. But that's not something that you get an ethics violation over. That's something that just means that another court, I think a district court, would look at a municipal court of records appeal. And so some district court judge would tell everybody how wrong Judge Morales was. And that's if you get hemmed up for contempt of Judge Morales' order, you could appeal it and you could challenge it that way if you're so sure that it violates existing Supreme Court law, which you'd have a tough time convincing me of that, especially since none of you guys can actually cite a case that supports your claim. That said, he was referencing a Common Joe video, and I actually finally saw that today, this morning while I was on my walk. I think Common Joe watches my videos because he was talking about the judicial canons. And I call them the judicial canons, but Texas doesn't. There are canons in it. Canons are like the particular headings. It'd be like, you know, different articles. But it's the Texas Code of Judicial Conduct. And Common Joe, because he is consistently wrong, he cited two canons in particular, 2 and 3. Canon 2, he misinterprets where it says the judges need to follow the law. What they're saying there is that judges can't go around robbing, raping, and killing. They have to follow the law. Doesn't mean that they have to follow stare decisis. It means that they have to obey the law. They are not above the law. And what the law is what other judges, not that particular judge, but what other judges say it is and what the legislature says it is. So it's not what sovereign citizens like Common Joe say it is. So when sovereign citizens like Common Joe and James Freeman are going around saying that the police are sovereign citizens because they believe that the laws don't apply to them. Common Joe and James Freeman aren't the arbiters of what is or isn't illegal. And it always amazes me that they are so sure that their interpretations of the law are correct, and that the actual judges and lawyers and police, that their interpretation is consistently wrong. Dunning-Kruger at its finest, I suppose. So, Common Joe's wrong on Canon 2. On Canon 3, had Joe read it and understood it, because we know that he probably didn't do the former and he definitely didn't do the latter. But had he read it and understood it, he would have seen that in Canon 2 it says that the court will not bow to public outcry. It doesn't matter how pissed off the population is. The correct place to seek redress is not with the judicial department. The judicial department has to follow the law. If you think that the law is unfair, like the marijuana laws, there's a huge movement in the US to make jazz cabbage legal. The court isn't the place to fight that. It's been tried. The court has ruled that Congress has the power to regulate interstate commerce. That includes the power to make the growing and the selling and the using of marijuana illegal. Ta-da! So, the court is not there to be responsive to public outcry. The legislative bodies are. The legislative bodies are full of people who are elected, and in order to get reelected, theoretically, you have to do what the public wants you to do. And that gives the legislative branch some accountability to the public. The judicial branch is accountable to the law. So, Common Joe was once again consistently wrong. Cybertron's advice on how to fill it out to get an ethics violation under review, to potentially get Judge Morales, I don't know, disbarred or whatever, is flawed. It's fundamentally flawed. His understanding of how complaints work. A lot of judges get complaints. It is a very common process to get a complaint. Every single person that judge convicts who thinks that he was wrongly convicted is going to file a judicial complaint. If you think that somehow that is going to have any leverage against the judge, you're sadly mistaken. Uninformed and misinformed. So, Common Joe and Cybertron don't know what they're talking about, and you're really wasting your time going down that avenue. But I guess it's a free country and you could do whatever you want, so if that's how you want to waste your time, you knock yourself out. Have a good day.